So how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's going to be a double upload. It's something that I just wanted to get out to you guys as soon as possible. I thought about doing it earlier in the week. I was like, you know what, that is what I'm going to focus on doing one day this week. I'm going to focus on Icon Swaps Season 3. Is that what they're going to call it? Icon Swaps 3. I'm going to focus on doing a prediction for that. We did a prediction for Icon Swaps 2. We didn't do a prediction for number 1, I do believe, just because we didn't really know what was coming, but we did an Icon Swaps Season 2 prediction, and we'll review that today. We will review that today, whether it was close, whether it wasn't. I think that'll be a fun thing to do, and then we'll look at my Season 3 predictions, which has some really nice cards. I've tried to keep it accurate. I've tried to sort of look at EA and what they decide to do, what they deem as acceptable for us to have, because a lot of people maybe went overboard last time and maybe thought we were going to get a Rude Hullet as the top tier player. We didn't get anyone like that. Well, we did get a Ronaldinho and a Vieira, but nothing too crazy, too meta, and I think there are certain reasons why they do put certain cards in certain places. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video, smash a like down below and subscribe for a lot more FIFA 20 content. Sorry for the longer intro than normal, but let's just get into it. So, what you're seeing now is my Icon Swaps prediction for last season. So, I had Dalglish, I had Bergkamp, Petit, had a bunch of Prime Icon moments actually in there, and I thought that was a great idea because they were releasing Prime Icon moments towards the end of this Icon Swaps. Brings a bit of hype. You get to test out some of the new Icon Swap moments before maybe they're released, but unfortunately we didn't get anything like that. We didn't get any of the Prime Icon moments. We did ultimately, as I predicted, Bergkamp, Dalglish and Petit, we did get Vieira, Ronaldinho and Essien, but ultimately them 3 cards, I mean, Essien, yes, very good. Ronaldinho, 89 rated. Vieira, 86 rated. They are some of the most meta cards on the game. Well, meta players, but that version isn't the best. Obviously, Essien is. Ronaldinho and Vieira, for them to put the baby card in was kind of upsetting, but at the end of the day, it is EA, and I looked at it for the new prediction, and I thought, right, so they've put Ronaldinho in. At the time they put Ronaldinho in, he was around 1.1, 1.2 million, depending on what console you're on. So I'm thinking for this new promo, I want them to be doing cards that are like 1.5 million coins, because I mean we've come a long way. I want the cards to be either 1.5 million, something like that. They keep upping it, so hopefully that is the way they operate. Give us more desirable cards for the top tier. Obviously, when we have the lower tier ones like a Nakata, I've looked at cards which maybe were around the price of Nakata, so he was like 500,000 coins when it came out. I've looked at cards that are around 700, 600,000 coins, haven't gone and said, oh, they're going to replace a Nakata for I think was 11 tokens, but they're going to give us a baby Hullet, something like that. I don't think they're going to do that. It'll probably be someone similar, and I think they are very clever with who they pick. And especially, you can't combine certain cards, so I really wanted to combine like a Laurent Blanc and a Zambrotta. They don't allow you to do that because the tokens, they work out, so you can't do stuff like that. They are 2 very meta cards. Laurent Blanc was a fantastic decision for me, and I think that the one thing that would have been nice would be the pack. I would have liked to have tried that, but I know I would have got Michael Owen. I think they'll do a Prime Icon pack. I don't think they'll do a Prime Icon Moments pack. They'll do a Prime pack for this Icon Swaps, and then I guess we have maybe one more season. I'm not sure how many times they will do Icon Swaps, whether they'll do it during Team of the Season. We will have to see. I'm sure there's a full schedule, but I just haven't seen that. So guys, we'll go on to the first page, and the first page is 5 to 11 tokens. We start off small, and these are the likes of, for the ones we had before, Bobby Moore, Rijkaard, things like that. I've gone for 5 tokens. We've gone for Gattuso. Now, Gattuso, I think he's not too expensive, not too desirable. I think that for 5 tokens, it's a solid CDM. He's a bit similar to like a Rijkaard, the Prime Gattuso as well. So they're getting a few Prime cards. I want to see Prime cards come into this Icon Swaps. I don't see why not, because if they're bringing baby cards out, it better be some of the most meta baby cards on the game. And I think that Gattuso will be the first one. Up next, I've gone for Prime Icon Skulls. Obviously, it's an icon. 5 tokens again. How many people are going to use this card? In my opinion, not too many. I don't believe that he's very desirable at all, and I don't think I would get him myself. Up next, Prime Icon Moments, Jens Lehmann. This card is around 400,000 coins on the Xbox, so very similar to the likes of Van der Sar, what he did cost, whether they'll release him or not. I think it makes sense. If I'm correct, Jens Lehmann for 6 tokens, you wouldn't want to be spending any more tokens on a goalkeeper. It'd be cool to have a Prime Icon Moments. Up next, Ruud van Nistelrooy, the prime icon moments Ruud van Nistelrooy. Again, not too expensive. It's quite surprising. A lot of these icons are dropping in price. A lot of these the section here are under 700,000. Well, they're all under 700,000, I do believe. Maybe Cannavaro is a bit more, but the time of the promotion, I think he will have dropped. Up next, we go for Deco, prime icon moments Deco, and he's not that expensive actually, and he would be replacing the likes of Raul. 88 rated Raul, who was fairly decent, I would say, for 10 tokens. I think that was a good price for this card. You could get him and you could get another decent icon. I think prime icon moments Deco, you would take him for 10 tokens if you didn't really want to grind all the way. I think it would be a decent option. Up next, Larson, 90 rated prime Larson. I don't think they would give the prime icon moments version for this one because he would probably go to the higher rated token requirements. But Larson looks decent. I wouldn't be too opposed to them giving that card in the prime in the icon swaps. Up next, a card I would love, Nedved, 91 rated Nedved, the prime card. I don't think they can mess around anymore. Giving them middle versions, but I think the middle version maybe is a bit better, but market value wise, the prime is still superior. For 10 tokens, he would be replacing Robert Pires from the last one. Whether they do it in the same format, I don't know, but Nedved would be a fantastic addition to icon swaps in my opinion. Next we have Zola. This would be again replacing Seedorf for 10 tokens. I think it prime Zola. I would prefer if it was the baby one, but EA really don't like to sort of give the most meta version of the card sometimes. They did with Zambrotta, to be fair. Whether they give the prime Zola or whether they give the baby Zola, we will have to see. I think that would just be a nice card for them to have. Next, Petit. Petit is one of them cards where he is very, very usable. But would a lot of people choose him? Would they choose him like Socrates, like a Seedorf? He's kind of similar. I'd say he's a bit better than them two. He's a nice card, a really, really good midfielder. Next, we have Cannavaro, and he's like a direct replacement for Zambrotta. The baby Zambrotta being replaced by baby Cannavaro, I would love this card. I think I would have to take him because he's so overpowered. Really, really is a fantastic card. And he's probably the best version of this card, maybe. Apart from the prime icon moments, I'm not sure about the prime, but it's definitely better than the middle. So if they put the middle in, it would be kind of frustrating. Next, baby Desai. Imagine them two as a pairing at the centre-back. Baby Desai is really, really good. Strong card as well. 11 tokens, in my opinion, would be a fair price. And you can tell that these cards, they're good. They are nice cards, but they're nothing too crazy. I don't want you guys to think I'm a bit pessimistic. I'm just trying to be realistic at the end of the day. We move on to the 13 to 20 tokens then. And up first, well, we have Baresi. Prime icon moments Baresi. He would be replacing the likes of Laurent Blanc. I think he was maybe 14. But I think for Baresi would be a good selection. I would not be wanting to take him, but he is decent in draft for me. And to get a 94 rated centre-back, they can't put him too high because he's not too expensive on the market. But I think it would just be nice to have a prime icon moment in there. Next, Mateus. Mateus would be really, really nice. Whether they would ask for 19 tokens, I'm not too sure. I think that is maybe I got that one wrong. Mateus for 19. Looks good, and he's a very, very good card in this game. I think he's still around 800,000 coins, so maybe that is a bit too many tokens for him, especially when you look at Dalglish, so maybe I did mess up on that one. Next, we have Trezeguet. Decent looking card, and it's not too used on this year on FIFA, so maybe they want to add some variety. Maybe by putting a Trezeguet in there, they think they are providing variety. But in my opinion, I'd much rather have Thierry Henry for 17 tokens. The 90 rated Thierry Henry card, don't think they will do the prime or the prime icon moments, definitely not. But the left wing card, I can see them doing that. Laudrup up next for 19 tokens, not a bad card at all. 90 pace and 83 shooting, 91 passing. I think he looks very, very good, especially with the new promo, would be good. Next, prime icon moments Puyol, a fantastic centre-back in my opinion. I think he'd be really, really good. Never really gets the respect he deserves from EA, but 94 rated for 19 tokens. Again, kind of similar to the level of like a John Barnes. John Barnes was like 900,000 coins. When he first was introduced to icon swaps, I think Puyol is a bit more, and I think he would drop if he was released in this swaps season. We will have to see. And finally, for 20 tokens, replacing Alessandro Del Piero, it is the one and only middle Dalglish. And I think this would have to be my pick or the centre-backs that I mentioned because he's just so good in game. He really, really is so good. But it asks the question, if you're grinding 20 tokens, would you want to grind all the way and work towards these three guys? We have George Best, 93 rated for 21 tokens. He would be replacing Essien. He's very, very expensive. We have Ronaldo, who's around 1.9 million on the Xbox. It's their thoughts. If they want to put a Ronaldinho in, they put the baby Ronaldinho in. If they're going to say they're going to give us a Ronaldo, they're going to give us the baby Ronaldo, who in my opinion, he's good, but he's nothing spectacular. I do believe he's quite easy to defend against for whatever reason. I just find him kind of easy to play against. And Maradona, 95 rated Maradona. Would people prefer the baby version? I don't know, but the middle card, it would be really, really cool to see in icon swaps. I think that's what we need this year. Well, not this year, this season. We do need some top tier icons. I think, really, I would like to see a George Best put in there. I think he would be very, very good. Whether they'll do that version of George Best for the top, whether they'll play him throughout the his low versions, we will have to wait and see. But guys, what do you think about this whole thing? The whole list actually looks really, really good in my opinion. I think it would be a good promotion for them to do put some of the new Prime Icon moments into this season. The upcoming season, sorry. This is just my prediction. I have just based it, tried to make it as realistic as possible. Obviously, I would love it if they had like a Rude Hullet in there, 90 rated. But you have to remember, here's a 4 million coin card. Any version of Eusebio, 3 million coin card. If they're going to release any of these cards, I imagine they will do it at the end of FIFA 20. So you get like 2 weeks to use these cards. It would be a real shame if it was like that, because we're hardly getting to use them, only get to use them in draft, which is a shame. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash a like down below and subscribe for a lot more FIFA 20 content. Icon Swaps Season 3 is coming very, very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later.